you want me?
Hey everybody, it's Dakota from Bald and Bonkers. If you've been following this show for a while, you know that there's been a lot of insanity going on. It started out kind of rough, there was a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, but now it's the holiday season, and it's time for one last show before the big finale for 2021. So from myself and my good friend Christopher Moule, Merry Christmas.
Nice short little Christmas trailer.
It was good, man. It was good. The guys.
And that only took me like 5 minutes.
yeah, you know, Christmas is here again, man. Where does time go in? And for all our podcast listeners, Merry Christmas. I hope Santa Claus brings you many gifts. I
hope plenty of you are on the good naughty list. But
well, we're actually got to be talking about something tonight, guys. We've got a couple of things. We've got Krampus. We've got CIA documents. And we've got much, much more. But we'll wait. We'll give it 5 minutes, guys, to the chat fills, because there's only one watching us right now, and I think that's me.
Well, you should be able to move over the eye on it and see where people are watching. So
I don't know. Oh, see that? I didn't know that. It just shows you how stupid Dakota's co-host is, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we're taking applications for a new co-host.
Yes. Please
you
send them to me. You've got to be bald, extremely wealthy, handsome, and yeah, we could get a third co-host, and that's what we could do. We could put them up the top or down the bottom. If you're a billionaire, please message me. A couple of funding here and there, you know. What?
We get one more bald guy to join us.
The three bald musketeers.
No, hold on. Let me finish. We dye ourselves in blue.
Smurfs.
No, we do like a Blue Man Group, man.
Blue Man Group. Oh, when was the Blue Man Group? That's quite old. You're good. I mean, Christ, you have to think about this. I'm 40 and Dakota's only like 26 or something like that.
Yeah,
the Blue Man Group's quite old, is it?
Yes, I'm familiar with Blue Man Group, and they're all over TikTok lately.
See, as long as it's no the ones with the stupid hairdo. What's their name? Island Boys.
Oh God!
Island Boys. I'm an island boy. I'm an island boy.
What is with these tone deaf ass musicians that get popular these days?
They're idiots. And see if you're watching this Island Boys. You're an idiot. And no, I'm not jealous of your big tarantula that's stuck to your head. You know what I mean?
You look like Sideshow Bob.
Sideshow Bob was a better singer. You know, where Bart Simpson actually asked him to do the, what do you call it? Was it rowing the boat? And he's done the, what's that? He does this, it's an American play. I can't remember. As Americans have got long plays. I can't.
Yeah,
but anyway, because he was going to murder Bart Simpson, it just shows you I do watch a lot of the old Simpsons, you know. But what age is Bart now anyway? 36?
Oh, yeah, he's got to be in like his 40s now, shouldn't he?
I know.
Poor Maggie's been a baby all this time.
I know. But anyway, guys, if you get to listen to this back, you know, these are probably away shopping, you know, the joyful time of year. Arguing with people over the last turkey. Arguing with people over the car parking space. You know.
The fucking Xboxes. My God. People.
There's no Xboxes there. There's no Xboxes in the United Kingdom or PlayStation 5s. I mean, seriously.
We're getting restock alerts here in the US. This is why I say that.
Well, there's none here. There's not one single one here. That's the crazy thing. There's not one here.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we could bring out our own, what do you call it, computer game? We could call it Bald and Bonkers.
God.
There we go. We could a computer character for you there, guys. Yeah.
I'm cringing at that thought.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, well, ladies and gentlemen, this show will be on for an hour tonight, so we will not have a show on Saturday night, obviously, because it's Christmas Day, because we'll be eating merry and getting merry, and well, I'll be getting merry. I'll just be lying in front of the TV, unable to move after devouring a small bird.
Yeah. I got relatives coming in out of town. I haven't seen years. I'm not looking forward to it.
That'll be exciting, will it?
Kind of dicks, but
so Dakota, what shall we do tonight? What's the first subject you want to talk about?
Well, let's get into Krampus, because quite frankly, there is a lot of naughty-ass people this year.
There is a lot of naughty people out there. If you're good, you can make it up now by doing a good deed. One good deed a week. Giving $1 to a homeless person. Buying a coffee for someone. Krampus is a very... I mean, I've done a bit of research into Krampus. And my God, it must have been like the 17th century. I'll tell you something now. See the stories about Krampus now are actually dulled right down. It's actually dulled right down. But see, in the 17th century onwards, that was just serious. I mean, absolutely serious. You're talking about this guy would come in the night with his horns and his hoofs. Kenny was portrayed, and I know Christmas is what do you call it, paganism and that, but he was portrayed as like a kind of goat character, like the devil, right? Now, maybe that had something to do with it, I don't know. Maybe that had something to do with the kind of religious aspects, right? But basically, he would come in the night, guys, right? And he would take away the kids. Now, there's 3 things he done. He would put them in a sack, he would kill them on the spot, or he would eat them. Now, there's actually places in Germany they still have this walk. And Christmas Eve, Santa, what happens is they do a walk with Krampus and all his minions. Will walk along the route, and all the kids will be like scared and hiding and stuff like that. And then after that, Santa comes along and gives like free gifts. But I don't think they'll be doing it this year due to the current situation in the world. But that's what they do. But it's really interesting. What do you think of it, Dakota? What's your thoughts?
When it comes to, obviously this comes out of Germany, and when it comes to not just Krampus, but there's other holiday figures from that region of the world that are horror movie filth. There's this one old witch, and every German person I know jokes that it's the first German person to ever start recycling. I can't remember their name, but essentially what they do is when they go to take kids, they replace their organs with garbage.
That's just crazy.
Well, apparently also a giant cat that if you don't get new clothes for Christmas, it comes to eat you.
Aye. But see, this is the thing, right? To our today and age, right, this year, right, and this time, you get iPhones and you get Xboxes, you get PlayStations, and you get all these amazing things for your Christmas. But you've got to think, long ago, go back to the 17th century, you were lucky if you got one toy, right? One toy, which was basically like a wee wooden doll or something. Everybody's seen Santa Claus the movie, don't tell me. I've watched it. I'm going to admit it, Santa Claus the movie. Have you, Dakota?
The Tim Allen one?
Yeah. Right, anyway. Santa Claus the movie.
Yeah, 1-800 Bank Me.
But anyway, here's the thing, right? In the days, you were lucky if you got one toy, right? In today's society, it's different. Kids get thousands and thousands of dollars spent on them at Christmas. But if you've got it, spend it, you know? If you haven't, don't get into debt just to get ours the crazy stuff. One present is more than enough than large quantities of stuff. But anyway, in the days, it was a religious aspect in it played a big part. They made him look basically like a demon. They made him look like the devil, Krampus. So it was basically they would tell the story before they would. It was actually was it the night before Christmas Eve they would tell the story, about Krampus, and then on Christmas night they would tell the story about Santa Claus, obviously, and his wee elves, dancing about, making toys. But they would actually terrify the kid. And I'm serious, guys. Some of the stuff that I read up on was terrifying. Today's, it'd be rated like 18 now, if it ever came out. I mean, see Krampus, the movie, that was nothing. That was nothing on the stories for like the 17th century onwards. But they did play a lot of religion in there. Because, let's face it, it looks exactly the same as the devil. Didn't it? Do you think he looks exactly the same as the devil?
Yeah, it's the portrayal of Baphomet.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks exactly the same as the devil. And with the hoofs and the horns and...
Yep, he's all horny.
Yeah, he's dead. God, you can't... This co-host guy. Anyway. Hi, guys. So that is Krampus. Now think yourself, lucky children. Be good. Krampus. But who else came at Christmas if you were bad?
Oh, there's almost a whole pantheon.
Well, I'm down here for my zesty beverage,
There's almost a whole pantheon of people that would come out, and if you either didn't get new clothes or you just bad behaved,
I'll give you one. Cappy Coleman.
Cappy Coleman?
You know who Cappy Coleman is, don't you? He's a fictional character. I actually think he's Canadian. I can't mind where this character came from. It was a guy, and he was like green skin. It was black skin and green skin. It was like he worked in a coal mine. That's where he was from. And what he would do was, what he would do is he would come at Christmas, right, and put in your stocking, right, not a present but a lump of black coal. And that's where the saying you're going to get a lump of black coal for your Christmas came from. Cappy Coleman. So there you go. See, interesting. It's interesting at Christmas time. It's exciting. Of course, Christmas is awfully popular for ghost stories.
Oh yeah, of course. It's especially when it comes to Halloween and Christmas. Not a lot of people realize that there's actually a lot of ghost stories associated with this time of year originally. Yeah. And of course, there's also different variations. There's versions of Santa Claus that originated from the Norse god Odin.
That's right.
There was an actual Saint Nick, and you had to wonder about it. You had to wonder. This is a little something I point out with all these people saying that Christmas isn't politically inclusive enough these days for all these sensitive ass people. These are the same people that are wanting to allow pedophiles into society, excuse their behavior. Ironically, now Saint Nick, he was a guy that was born in what would be modern day Turkey. There's actually a story involved where he saved 3 young girls from being sold into prostitution by their father.
That's right.
So I find that a little ironic.
I've actually seen there's a film, and I can't remember the two actors' names. And is it not called Pete and Nick, or what is it called again? And it's portrayed there's a Islamic guy as the person you're talking about, and then they've got like a white guy that plays St. Nick, and there's actually a film that portrays that. But they don't go doing their lines. They obviously just stay in the kind of Christmassy fairy tale kind of, we're all here to give you presents and stuff like that. But it just shows you how time changes. It makes you wonder what this will be like, Christmas will like in, say, 500 years.
Certainly makes you wonder.
It does make you wonder.
Not a lot of kids nowadays deserve the Christmas, but that's just me.
Oh, I mean, I know people that have spent £5,000 on their kid at Christmas.
Okay.
I mean, 5,000.
I can understand. Yeah, it's a legitimate medical situation, which there is a little something I want to get into later, and a lot of people will see in the description of this episode. If the kid needed that money because they were in hospital for some reason. But my God,
Put it more exact to you. I know families that buy their kid a brand new iPhone every year. The top of the line model.
Oh my
The
god.
top of the line model, you're talking maybe what, 1600, but the top of the line model. Easy, right? Depending on the size of the hard drive. Every year. And I know, and they've not just got one, they've got 4 kids. And can you imagine that? Can you imagine buying 4 iPhones, top of the line models, and 4 Xboxes or PlayStations?
Yeah, your brother here in the chat, he makes a very good point. Yeah, sometimes they'll have the kids hand them down to their like younger siblings, but I've seen it myself, and I just don't get it. And I have a little cousin who's trying to extort the family to get the latest model iPhone, and you shouldn't have to. A phone shouldn't cost a car payment, people.
Can you see my brother in the chat? 'Cause I can't see him.
I see him.
I see the chat at this side. It's not really working for me, and it's not really working for me in my own phone either, which is strange.
Huh?
It's because I'm signed in a different account. It's different, yeah.
Yeah, he's talking through Facebook.
Oh, is that what it is?
I'm watching everything on the side through StreamYard.
That's what it is. It's no up yet for me. Where's that? It still won't come up for me.
Man.
On Facebook.
Are you looking? Are you on Facebook? It's likely going through the main Bald and Bonkers Facebook page, and it's not the group, because for the chat doesn't work as well.
So if you're there, Drew, Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge. I couldn't help that. I had to throw that in. He'll understand.
I don't know. Based on some of the chats I've seen him leave, hey, definitely a bit of a Scrooge.
Oh, he's a bit of a Blackadder fan. You know, Blackadder. You know who Blackadder was, don't you? Blackadder, Christmas Carol. It's a comedy show in Britain. Watch it. It's for the early 90s. Watch it, guys. You'll know what I'm talking about, right?
It's like, I'm American, dude. I don't know if we got that over here.
My God, I've just realised that all these years.
Oh, motherfucker.
There's me thinking you were Canadian, eh? I'm only joking. It's how you know Americans, guys. Because when you're Canadian, it isn't fine, you know.
I was like, don't insult me with those fucking Canadians. Oh my God.
God.
Okay, I have nothing against Canadians.
Bad.
It's specific.
That's bad.
Let me backtrack here. Let's just say that certain Canadians we're having issues with.
No, you know.
That was a flip. My bad.
There's only 2 out there that I don't like. The rest of them are amazing. You know?
Yeah.
You know.
I noticed that some of their group has been watching my Instagram stuff. So.
Well, you know, just jealousy will never get you through. You know.
Oh well.
But anyway, where were we talking? We were talking about Krampus. We were talking about buying gifts for kids and stuff like that. I mean, where is it going to end? Because do you not think we live in like a kind of throwaway society type thing?
Exactly. And Apple knows it too.
Yeah.
They know that just because it has the fucking logo on it, people are going to shell out thousands of dollars, act like total fucking pricks, and I'm just like, here, let me see how your phone lasts with a baseball bat.
See, this is the problem, right? I mean, Apple brings out a phone, right? And it'll be, take the iPhone 12 that I've got, right? The iPhone 12 comes out, right? I'm not joking, yeah. 4 months, 2 months later, or 4 months later, the iPhone 13 came out. And then about 2 months after that, they're like, oh, but the iPhone 14 is coming out. And they know people will just basically drop that phone and go and buy another one. It's mind-boggling why people do that. It's the same with cars too. See, people with enough money, they will buy cars. It's like take Tesla. If you're watching Elon Musk, we're always welcome to, come on the show. Doubt it. But there you go. I mean, they're buying Tesla now, like the Model S and the Model what such and such.
Oh.
It's what?
With Tesla, it's going to get even crazier because think about it. He's getting ready to launch Neuralink. He's got SpaceX. He's got Starlink. He's talking about putting out a Tesla phone.
What about the robot, ladies and gentlemen? What about the Tesla robot?
We got Tesla robots that look like something out of iRobot. Like, dear God, Will Smith.
Do you know how much he's worth? Do you know how much he's worth? He's worth $248 billion. He's one of the richest men on the entire planet.
Yeah, I know there's a whole big spiel where he's butting heads with a senator over here because she tried to claim that he's a freeloader that doesn't pay his taxes. And
well, actually, it's weird you should say that because he's actually paying $11 billion in taxes.
I was about to say that he's paying about $11 billion, and it's the highest tax bill in American history.
Well, so he should. I mean, if he's staying in the United States, because he's actually originally from South Africa.
That's true. That's true.
If he's staying in the United States and he's using your facilities and he's building his factories and he's building all these kind of things and he's using the infrastructure of the United States, he should help to pay for taxes.
Oh, yeah. He is doing no problem. It's like, yeah, in all honesty, when you actually look at what Elon Musk is doing, he is probably one of the least corrupt asshole CEOs out there.
Yeah. I mean, we just need to talk about Bill Gates. What do you think of him?
Oh, God, the fucking conspiracy nuts about Bill Gates in the last couple of years.
I think Bill Gates, I personally don't trust the guy because he's got more patents that he's put away than certain patents, which I'm not going to talk about really on here, but you know what I'm talking about. And this is guys, we're jumping for Krampus now because we've only really got an hour, right? And there's some things we want to talk about. There's Dakota actually, without further ado, right, well, threw that in there. Did you like that? Wants to tell you about some documentation that he has discovered. We're keeping it supernatural and UFOs and stuff.
Oh my God! Do you, by any chance, still have the link? Do
I have the link? I don't know. I'll have to go into my.
My phone. Look, we have spam bots.
Which spam bots?
Oh, this Anna, some Russian last name. Don't click those links, people. That is not, unless the links are coming from us or one of our moderators. Do not trust it.
How do you? Where is this about? Where's the links getting posted?
I'm looking at the comments through StreamYard. We got to get rid of that. I'm not. That's not cool. See, that's one of them.
That never come up for me.
Oh, it's not gonna let me take it up.
I'll deal with it now.
Okay, I got it.
Who's Stuart McDonald said he's all right. It's you've blocked him. You've David Parks. You've blocked him.
David Parks and that on they're not real people, so I'm making fun of them.
And what is that? Is that like for the listeners? Is that like a bot system? Is that like what are the links like?
It's phishing websites. It's porn. It's shit that'll fuck up your computer just by clicking on it. Lots of Trojan horse viruses.
I've put the link on the ghosty thing, Ghostbuster thing that you're talking about with the ships, but we'll talk about that later.
No, I'm talking about all right, let's get back into
no, the documentation. Here we are. I've got
CIA.gov.
CIA.gov.
Okay. Right. That's the part you need to listen to. This was, ladies and gentlemen, this is an actual CIA document. A friend of mine brought this to my attention. It's essentially a summary of a 250-page report that the CIA allegedly recovered from the KGB. Yeah. And it details an alleged incident. Yeah, I like Stuart's comment there. Probably a lot.
No, very good. Very good.
Yeah, anyway. Now, it's essentially a summary of an alleged incident in Siberia involving a UFO crash. And out of 25 people that responded to this UFO crash, only 2 of them lived to tell this tale. So see, what happened was they went to go investigate, see what was going on. They had 5 humanoid beings that matched the description of what we would know as grays. That's kind of a broad definition, but that's schematics that we don't have time for.
Yeah.
Then what they noticed, these 5 entities seem to come together into a single ball of light.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, these soldiers got turned into stone.
Really? I mean, I read that. I mean, it's quite intense, isn't it? I mean, but it just shows you what is actually happening.
And that's the thing. It's like they did autopsies on it. The only reason those 2 managed to survive, they managed to get behind some shades so where they weren't hit by it.
Mm-hmm.
But they watched their colleagues turn into what was identified as limestone. And it even says in the summary report, is like, if this incident is in fact real, clearly these ETs do not need our help to put up a fight. And if we try to piss, and it's something I said before in other documents you can find on the FBI archives, the CIA, they're all saying this, and these are from the 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Mm-hmm.
They all say, we do not want to piss these guys off.
Well, talking about pissing these guys off, that document you sent me about the Ghostbusters, that is that specialist team that's called the Ghostbusters.
Okay. Okay. Let me clarify that. Let me clarify that.
It's not actually the Ghostbusters guys. It's
it's okay. The incident my friend here is talking about is released documents involving alleged drone attacks on naval ships, U.S. naval ships. The Ghostbusters that they're talking about, it's a nickname for a piece of equipment that resembles proton packs. And they use these in order to help interfere with radio transmissions to take down drones.
Yeah.
Nobody knows exactly where these things are or where they came from. They just know that it took them weeks to try to take them down.
I read the thing, and it says they used everything against them. They were shooting them with the M16s. They were shooting them with guns, everything. They were shooting them with artillery shells. They were using everything they had at their disposal to take these things down, and they just kept coming and coming. They just appeared out of nowhere. Drones absolutely everywhere. You know, Merry Christmas, Dobby saw it. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
But it's. I don't honestly think they were humans. They were obviously for under the water, and everybody knows that. I mean, look, you just need to watch some of the videos that's been released by the Pentagon. But then again, I will say some of the stuff for the Pentagon, take it with a grain of salt, because these people only put out certain things.
Oh God! Oh, that just reminded me.
Yeah, what's that you've got to tell us?
That just reminded me of something. I saw a little Twitter release from another senator here in the United States. Basically, and I'm summarizing this. First off, with the reports on those drones, you have to remember this was Freedom of Information Act, and several paragraphs were omitted, completely blacked out. So they don't know if they managed to take any of these things out. They don't know if they were ever identified. Nothing. So a lot of people speculate it's somehow involves the Tic Tac UFOs that have been spotted in the same region.
Yeah.
And with the new UFO office, there's some senators coming out and saying, we need to know if these things are hostile. Already toting that line. Yet there's declassified documents already out there saying a majority of these things, they're not hostile, but we do not want to piss them off.
Well, if you really think about it, right, these aliens, right, or these extraterrestrials, or wherever they're from, they could really wipe us all out just so easy, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's the best idea to say, oh, look, there's a UFO, let's shoot it up.
Exactly.
I mean, they've tried shooting at them in the past with jets, and the shells and the bullets have just went straight through them, as if they're getting into a different dimension.
Everything just passes right through them. They've even used electromagnetic frequency-based weapons, lasers, and it did nothing.
It does nothing.
It just did nothing. And there's even stories that some of these ETs who have communicated with government officials gave them pieces of their equipment, what their craft are made of, what their uniforms are made out of. Just go like, here, go play with this.
Yeah,
and
I mean, the technology that must be. I mean, you think about it, right? There's like that guy puts his arm ball there, 4:45:18. Jets can't touch them crazy fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would think if they've actually gave the technology to the US government, right?
Mm-hmm.
The US government would know what kind of technology they're using, right? Unless it's a different type of alien that they've had no contact with whatsoever, right? Here's what I'm getting at, right? And they're highly technologically advanced. I mean, they're even more advanced than the ones that they're talking to. So, for instance, say the American government's talking, and the British government, whoever they are talking to the Greys, right? They're getting technology from the Greys, right? But the other aliens, right, they're like thousands of years more advanced. Hence, their technology just doesn't beat it.
Mm-hmm. And here's a comment that actually makes a very valid point.
No.
You think the TR-3B could catch them? Well, that's the thing. They admitted that that particular craft is run off of nuclear and mercury-based engines, which is allegedly the same type of materials that a lot of these craft are coming from. There was an article with Luis Elizondo that came out not too long ago that admitted that a lot of these pilots that were in the jets that chased down these things ended up getting severe radiation burns when they got too close, which is a perfectly fine of some sort of nuclear material. But who is to say that these extraterrestrials aren't giving us, how should I put this? We have the assault rifle. They're giving us the equivalent to a bow and arrow.
Yes. See, this is the thing. See the Greys. Most of the technology that we've been getting is from the Greys, because we've been giving them, allowing them to use manipulation and genetics and stuff and let us take people, right? So what they're doing is they're like, oh, we've got some weapons there we can share with you, and you give us rights to your people. So they'll do that, but they'll be given their 3,000-4,000-year-old piece of technology that's worth nothing to them, that does nothing to them, to someone that thinks that this is the greatest thing since ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe the good aliens that are out there, because there are good aliens out there, their technology is more advanced, I think, than the Greys. I really do think that. I think it's thousands and thousands of years more advanced. What's that there with Stuart McDonald? We have a technology and new Medibed will prove this frequency. We are dealing with 440 hertz when it meant to be 332 hertz damage. That's very true, that, because the cells do damage, but you just talk about what's in the atmosphere and what's happening as the now with all the technology.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's true.
But the TRB3, I've heard a lot of stories about that. I've heard that it's not meant to be as good as what everybody's making it as. It's meant to be a piece of shit, basically. It's just been what's flung together. It wouldn't last 5 minutes in attack with another extraterrestrial ship. Yes, don't get me wrong, it'd be great in a World War III scenario against another country. It'd be great, it'd work great, right? But against these entities that are out there, against these beings that are out there, it's like you running up to a Sherman, it's like you run up to an Abrams tank with a bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what it's like. What's that? That's why people are losing it. Where is this frequency change? Everywhere. I just got here if it has been mentioned. What do you know about the frequency thing, Dakota?
A lot of people have noticed that when it comes to certain sound frequencies, you get completely, for lack of a better word, magical effects. You can levitate heavy objects. You can heal the human body. You can heal just about anything. Rather, you can even achieve teleportation. Everything we know as severe psychic ability, teleportation, bilocation, all of this stuff, telepathy, telekinesis. It's all possible through certain frequencies. And there's been a couple incidents where on this show where we start getting activity kicking up, and all of a sudden people are starting to feel what sounds. Not because we played the tones. We did not play the tones during these incidents.
Yeah.
But something else was playing them. They were coming from one of us.
I'll get to Stuart McDonald's question in the chat in a minute, but I would just like to say that the actual government have got crowd control weapons now, and it's frequencies. And they can play this, and everybody basically just keels over and can't stop being sick. I mean, it's mind-boggling. What they're an interesting word for those people in the podcast. Mind-boggling. There's Stuart McDonald there. It says Antarctica is the pickup point for the lizards the arts love to gather there. Antarctica, I think there's a lot of hidden things there.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I think there was a civilization there thousands and thousands of years ago. And to tell you the honest truth, nobody really knows what Antarctica really looks like. Because, let's face it, there's no images from Google, from the maps. Well, there is. But they're all blotched out in certain bits. Why did they do that? Why did they do that if there's nothing to hide?
Why there's certain blotches around Area 51.
Exactly. There's meant to be pyramids that have been seen, and
there's something that a lot of people, especially flat earthers, seem to not realize when it comes to Antarctica. It was not always frozen.
Yes.
There was at one point in time, and there's fossil records that can verify this, that it was actually quite a tropical environment.
Yeah.
So who's to say that if these beings, and if human history is a lot older than a lot of people realize, and we have had these beings that all of a sudden started seeing, oh, look, there's a planet that kind of looks like ours. Let's go check it out. Who's to say they didn't find a nice tropical spot to hang out? Yeah. And there is something there. And there's a lot of movies that are coming out nowadays that try to utilize global warming, basically thawing out something deadly that's frozen there.
It's an interesting one with Stuart McDonald there. It's the gateway to the centre of the Earth, right? I do believe something. I don't know if there is a centre of the Earth, but I do think there is something. There is a hollow Earth kind of theory there. I do think there is cities below the surface of the Earth. I really do believe that. I mean, you look at, what is it, 1946? What was his name? The general? The admiral? He took the fleet down there. He took the entire fleet down there. He came back with a couple of ships and everybody, half of them were dead. I mean, what was that all about? I think the Nazis met something there, right? Made a deal with something there, right? Or they found something there, with technology. They went there knowing this, because obviously they found records in Germany when they took it over. And then their arses were basically handed to them, right? I think now they've made deals with them. And I honestly think it's maybe something to do with the Greys. I honestly do think that. I do think it's something to do with the Greys. What's that? This is great. Do you guys do this a lot? We do this all the time. Give us a subscribe. We're only 12 subscribers from 1,000.
Yes, on our main YouTube channel, we're only 12 subscribers away from 1,000, which will give us a lot more playtime, a lot more tools, so we can give you guys a lot more content. Because honestly, we would love to make this our full-time job, but unfortunately, the world looks like that.
Post a link in the chat for our main YouTube channel. You know, because obviously some people there from different channels, you know. We should have actually been doing this all the time, you know that.
Well, there's a flow page with all the links because our baller, we actually put this show out on across 40 different locations.
Yes, we do this. We do this all the time, my friend. There you go. There's the link in the chat there. That's our main page where we do interviews with with some amazing UFO people. Would you like to tell them about some of the UFO people we know?
Yes, we had Christina Gomez come on. That was definitely an interesting interview. We've had contactee Elena Denon, who is, we're definitely going to try to come back on because she just has so much information that actually goes along with some of the experiences and some of the investigations that we've actually been involved with. There's going to be plenty more content. We're even going to be expanding our content here very soon. So you will not want to miss it. So give us a subscribe. We're all over the place.
He's asking if we know the UFO man.
Yes. We should probably...
We were on their show.
UFO, we actually were on their show not too long ago, and we are also going to be guest appearing on a friend of ours channel tomorrow night. With the UFO man.
With the UFO man. We're on Paranormal World Investigators tomorrow night. And one of her friends is the UFO man. And last week, we were on the UFO man on their live. Go and look it up. We were talking about Reslin Forest in England. And we're actually guests there. So give us a subscribe and... and we're actually going to be asking UFO Man on our channel after Christmas, so you'll be able to see them here, you know.
And I'm not going to drop too many names right now, but we are in the talks with some very popular individuals out in the field with ghosts, cryptids, UFOs. The show is blowing up more than we ever expected.
It's getting to the point now where it's getting quite big. I mean, I know we're only got nearly 1,000 subscribers, but I'm predicting by this time next year we'll probably be in about 5,000 more because we're friends with UFO Man, because we're friends with Elena, because we're friends with all the UFO community out there. And we do this a lot, guys. We talk about UFO stuff and paranormal stuff. What's that there? There's a black star following a comet, Leonard.
Comet Leonard. That was the Christmas comment I was telling you about. That was getting a little pissed off because the fucking weather wasn't cooperating with me.
I'll need to look into that. Thank you very much, James Ramsey. I need to actually get James on one night because he's I've had him on my shows in the past and he's actually very knowledgeable.
Well, Stuart, more than welcome to come on.
Stuart McDonald, what's that? There's 3 medibeds, fun scanning cells. Am I seeing this again? Am I reading the same thing? Is that not the same post that he's put on? There's 3 medibeds, 1 for scanning every cell in the body, 1 to rebuild, including limbs, 1 for surgery, and it's been out for 80 years.
And that's kind of goes back to what we were mentioning earlier. Allegedly, some of these ETs have cloning processes where exactly what you described is all in one thing. And they've actually apparently have figured out, the soul figured out so much that if they catch somebody who dies within a certain time frame, they can put them back into a clone body like nothing ever happened.
Makes you wonder about the Queen then, because the Queen of Britain, she was a couple of weeks ago, she looked like she was about to drop down dead. And 2 days later, she'll come out the hospital looking absolutely fine again. There's, what's his name again? There's Awesome Caught Shoot that one link. What's that? Got the link from here. That's where he got his own UFO man.
Okay.
Thank you. And I will point this out to you, if you're newly subscribed to us, when you talk to us in the chat, we give everybody a shout out. Some channels don't do that, and we like to give other channels that are trying to grow a shout out.
Yes, we want to try to help out because we are growing. We do have plenty of big opportunities coming together like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, yeah.
But we want to try to share some of that love.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a new show coming in the new year. 2 of our friends are going to be doing that, but we can't tell you the name of it yet. because it's a surprise, and Dakota's making all the the digital enhancements and stuff. But it's two really nice people. It's Sherry from Paranormal World Investigators, and it's Drew from Drew's Paranormal Vlog, and they're going to be talking. They're going to have a show on our channel, and it's going to be basically Wicca card reading, stuff like that. Alex, 5 days ago, a golden light orb with a tiny golden orbs around it. It was floating 6 feet above my head. The tiny golden orbs moved like, was that a gyroscope? I opened my eyes while mentioning it, and there it was.
Ooh.
Oh, did you get any video of that? Out of curiosity?
It doesn't sound like they might have, but that is interesting. I've heard of stuff like that happening before, so
that's actually interesting. There's thinking of others. Welcome, thinking of others. I hope you're feeling better. The last time he was in our chat, he wasn't feeling better. Get well soon. There's greenery. I have heard of bioresource Ransom.
Bioresonance.
That's stupid light above me. I can't see it.
Yeah, blame it on the light.
I do blame it on the light. It's terrible. It's dyslexia actually, but we'll get round to that. I don't always. I'm lying in bed. I didn't. I was lying in bed. That's strange. That's kind of like a kind of out of your body kind of thing, is it? No, is that a kind of?
There are manifestations like that when it comes to certain meditation practices. Ready for contact after messing my first one up a year ago. Oh
well, you've got something in common with us too then. We'll maybe do a talk on that one night,
Oh yeah, we got to do another night where we just have people come on and tell their experiences.
Yeah, we'll maybe have you on one night and you can tell us. So if you're new, please give us a subscribe on the main channel here. I'll post it again on the main channel. We're only 12 off 1,000 subscribers, guys. If we get to 1,000 subscribers before Christmas, I will be the happiest person in the world. All I want for Christmas is 12 subscribers. I mean, seriously, I don't want 1,000 subscribers. If I get 1,000 subscribers, man, Christmas time, man, Christmas. It's the time to give. And yes, I'm mad. I don't know if you've noticed. He's an American co-host, and I'm a mad Scottish guy.
Oh my god! And people thought my fucking state was crazy because I could fucking cannibal not too long ago that made the news.
The guy was peckish. James Ramsey, 2 solar flares will hit the Earth tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. A lot of solar activity going on right now.
Oh, they say there's stuff hiding behind the sun, and that it's basically moving with the sun, so it's the Earth. It doesn't really.
It's the oldest trick in the book to fly from the direction of the sun to hide. It's the oldest trick in the book for warfare.
Yeah, because if you fly from there to the sun, they can't see you. An alien invasion would be perfect for that.
Because by the time they see it, it's already too late.
By the time you mobilize your troops, they're surrounded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who's to say we're not already surrounded right now? We love you. We come in kings.
Very true. I mean, it was quite interesting. One of them was talking about Antarctica today, about how Trump is wanting to build 2 icebreakers. What I found, I think there's something hidden in Antarctica. I think there's more and meets the eye. I think there's. Where was that? Was it not in Antarctica? Who went to Antarctica? I mean, Buzz Aldrin went to Antarctica, which I find strange. And who's all the world leaders that went there? Did the Pope go there? No, the Pope didn't go there. Did the Pope go there? No, the Pope didn't.
Well, you're gonna let me answer your fucking question? Did he go there? He didn't go. He didn't go. He didn't go.
I can't remember the Mandela effect.
Yeah, Mandela. You're playing on the Mandela effect that you're just getting old.
I'm not getting old. I'm only 40 years old. He's only 69.
69, huh?
You're 20.
What is with you and your fantasies about me?
26. He's 26, guys. I have to put that.
Well, no, I'm barely turning 26 next month, but yeah.
You've got to be nice to him, One day he's going to be the same age as me, But then I'll be older than him. So that'll be kind of buggered that, won't it?
Yeah, you're almost old enough to be my father.
Right. I'm losing the track. Two solar flares. I've read that one. Internet shuts down first, then the emergency broadcast around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Better no be. I'm waiting for some Christmas gifts coming.
Speaking of which, I need to find out what the hell I did with my Xbox controller. I lost it.
How do you lose an Xbox controller in your room? How is
That's
that possible?
That is a good question.
Big black thing with a big green light that flashes in the center.
Do you not see how black my crap is? Wait.
That Prince Harry went. There you go, Prince Harry, he went. We might well be. Every leader has been. There you go. See, this is the thing. Which strange, like, some of the guests we've got coming on next year, guys. Wow. I mean, we've obviously got the UFO man coming on, the two of them coming on. We've got.
Well, don't spoil anything, boy.
I can't tell them everything, you know.
Yeah, we got to keep some surprises.
I know, but we have to keep the special surprises. I mean, we've got some slides.
Yes. Mother! The leader of the Russian church to the Ark of Gabriel to... Yeah, that's very true. The Book of Enoch is very interesting. Yep.
Yeah.
Very true.
The Book of Enoch is very interesting, actually.
Mm-hmm. Certainly makes me wonder.
So, we've had loads of UFO sightings too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not think it's getting ridiculously out of hand, UFO sightings, or is it the fact that more people have got more phones? I think it's the fact that it's just getting out the scale. I mean, it's getting more and more and more and more and more and more. Every day there seems to be more.
Well, it can be argued that because of lockdowns getting ready to go back in effect, and people are just getting bored at home, and with a lot of media covering alien sort of topics, it boosts the imagination.
It does, some people.
But the thing is, a lot of these sightings are getting harder and harder to fully debunk.
Yeah.
Even the videos that are coming out, it's just like, okay, this might be legit, because a lot of you who follow us for a while now, we do tend to go with the CE5 protocols. A lot of these craft are giving off very similar tones. And Stuart McDonald, we're well aware that there's a war going on, and it is getting close.
Yeah, it's the war in space has been happening for a while, but it's not just on space; it's been on Earth Day in certain locations. It's happening. We know quite more than we're letting on it that we don't really talk about, which we might talk about tomorrow night in Sherry's show. So go and subscribe to her and we'll tell you about that.
Mm-hmm. We'll definitely have to see tomorrow when that goes.
I think tomorrow night's going to be very interesting. I think some stuff's going to happen. I think some people are going to come through. I think some things are happening. You know, I'm not letting anything out there. Be very interesting. You know.
Indeed it will.
Yes, it will. But what's that on humanity? But see, there's been a lot of stuff that's been happening in Earth now. I mean, terror, as I should really call it.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the Earth's real name is Terra. Right? A lot of people don't realise that, but it is Earth's really Terra. I think something is going to happen soon, guys. I think people are saying World War III. I don't think World War III is going to happen. I don't think Putin's an idiot. I don't think he's going to do it. And yes, he might want to invade Ukraine, but I don't think it'll come to that. I do think something UFO style is going to happen soon. Maybe fake alien invasion. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Something, you know. But we'll just need to wait and see what comes out. I mean, we can look forward to the guests we have on. So, Dakota, what you've got planned for Christmas?
Well, for Christmas, I'm going to be heading out to my grandma's house, spend some time with family out there, maybe blow some stuff up.
Blow some stuff up? That's terrible. You know, that's terrible. You know, I'm just going to be family, friends, because of obviously the lockdown in the UK again. It's going to be happening again, and after Boxing Day, it's going to be closing down again. So the joys of life, you know.
Oh yeah.
But guys, as we say, we will not have a show on Saturday because we'll all probably be lying in our beds, unable to move after eating large quantities of turkey and opening all our lovely gifts. And I hope Santa comes to you. But that's us, guys, at the end of our show. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a show, obviously, with UFO Man. He's on Sherry's channel tomorrow night. Paranormal World Investigators. Please go and look. What's that? Stuart McDonald. I'm a hunter. Well, there you go. There you go. You'll be fine then. But yeah. What's that? You could say we are the virus. We probably are the virus. We probably are the virus in this, you know. But guys, I hope you all have a lovely Christmas, and we'll see you next Wednesday for
Yes.
a special show. Well, not special, just be special because I'm here.
Oh, what? Yeah.
You know.
Before we do go real quick, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a couple of things I want to just kind of give shout outs real quick. First off, a dear friend of ours, I just wanted to give a quick shout out, thoughts and prayers out to her. Our dear friend Matt, who helps share out all of our shows, who's obsessive about messaging me some days. My God. I just wanted to give her a quick shout out. She does have a new book coming out. That there's going to be a link in the description of the show. But after Christmas, she is going into surgery. Yeah. So I just wanted to say, thoughts and prayers out to you. We love you, Nat. We're here for you. Mm-hmm. Get better. Those of you who've been following her for a while know that she's been dealing with some issues for a while. Hopefully, this helps finally fix them.
Yeah.
Second off, there is a GoFundMe link for a family that is near me. 14-year-old young man was struck by a car and is currently in a coma. Yeah. The last major update, his condition was getting better. So there's signs of hope there, but there's a GoFundMe also in the description because he is about 2 hours away from home. Ironically, he was struck next to the hospital here, but this hospital absolutely sucks. Just not something a family should have to deal with for.
Yeah,
just
hopefully it'll pull through. Hopefully we'll pull through and it'll be okay. What's that thinking of others? Thank you both for the lives. Listen, guys, what makes your lives are subscribers. If it wasn't for you guys, we probably wouldn't do this. We do this for you guys. We try and get you information. And hopefully, once we're a bigger channel, we can start doing stuff for you guys,
Yeah, it's like you say, he mentioned that I'm trying to work on all of the digital stuff, fancy intros and all that. It's like we were talking about earlier. We're serious about what we do, but we also don't want to act like we have a stick up our ass the entire time, like some people we know.
Yeah, so some other channels, and I'm not going to say them, some other channels, they're only in it for themselves. And we're here for our subscribers, and that's what's important. We're getting to meet all these amazing people. Think of others, all these people in there. We're getting to meet you, and we're becoming friends. But anyway, have a Merry Christmas. My bar's just there. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you next Wednesday.
Yep. See you Wednesday. One more show. A lot of interesting information. So.
Pictures Day.
Oh, yeah, plenty. So, definitely.